Hello and welcome to this channel, everybody. This is the Eradicator, and in this video we are going to talk about the latest iteration of Age of Empires 2, which is making once more a triumphant return 20 years after its release. And yes, somehow it is possible for a game to remain alive after 20 years after its release, thanks to solid foundations, a dedicated fan base, and regular new updates as well as content. And here we are, November 2019, with a definitive edition that is designed to be the very last incarnation of the game. So, what is this Age of Empires 2 definitive edition worth? What does it bring to the table in terms of content, improvements, or features? Let's find out right now. The first thing you'll notice when you play Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition is that the game is far more visually satisfying. Sure, the game had been adapted to support HD resolutions in 2013, but aesthetically speaking, it still felt like a game from the late 1990s, as it was still heavily pixelized, did not include any zooming options, and still featured some of the levels of details that were, well, quite from the 1990s. The Definitive Edition drastically improves that, just like Age of Empires 1 was improved with its Definitive Edition, and now allows for levels of details that had been unprecedented seen in this game. Each unit, each building of the dozens of civilizations that are now featured in the game have been redrawn with a level of details that was not possible 20 years ago for performance issues, and the same treatment has been given to other game assets as well as trees, wild animals, or water. The game also sounds incredibly better too. Each of the tracks of the original score were re-recorded by an actual orchestra, which is quite an upgrade to the original mini-tunes, with additional tracks created for each civilization to add extra flavor to them when you play them, as you could hear at the beginning of this video for the Ethiopians. Or the Malians, sorry. Each sound effect, each unit voice has been redone, and finally the campaign from Forgotten Empire, the Forgotten, has also been voiced and now features the same quality treatment as any other campaign, either from the base game or from the other expansions. Speaking of the original campaigns, they have been improved with some minor but noticeable changes. The English are no longer called the British, and that is wonderful because, Scots and English people are not the same, Voice acting has also been redone to add some more believable accents. For example, if you do the Joan of Arc campaign, most characters now have a genuine French accent, though some still sound fake. But some civilizations have also been changed to reflect the reality. For example, Italians are no longer portrayed as Goths. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition also offers 3 new campaigns based after the expansion's title, The Last Khans, in which follows the adventures of the Tatars, the Cumans, and the Bulgarians. Each of those campaigns revolve around the decline of the Mongolian presence in Western Asia and Eastern Europe, allowing for the emergence of new civilizations that would take over the void left by their decadence. Forgotten once again did an amazing job at covering that particular episode of our world history that most of us are unfamiliar with. I personally learned a lot from the campaigns, and this generally made me want to visit countries such as, for example, Bulgaria, Kazakhstan, or Uzbekistan to see for myself the legacy of the historical figures that we get to interact with within the game. I thoroughly enjoyed the Last Khans campaigns, and I would say that just like with the Asian dynasties, Forgotten Empire have outdone themselves with this last expansion. This Definitive Edition does not just include campaigns, but also a brand new tutorial called The Art of War, which aims at teaching players specific build orders to be more effective in both single-player and multiplayer games after completing all 6 scenarios. I have to admit that I have learned quite a lot myself, and I have improved dramatically. My current stats speak for themselves with 4 wins and only 1 defeat. I seriously advise anyone to complete those challenges, because if you don't, then others will, and you will have a serious disadvantage if you play against other players in multiplayer games. Last but not least, I would like to talk about the networking system, which has also been reworked. There's a brand new leaderboard and matchmaking system, and on the one hand, it allows Steam and Xbox Live players to play together, which I think is fantastic. But on the other hand, it takes a really long time to get into the game. I mean, the longest time I've had to wait was about 5 minutes, and the average time being about 3 minutes. I think that the devs really need to improve that particular area because I find it quite annoying, to be honest. Overall, I think that Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition gives this 20-year-old title the refurbish that it deserved. The game now looks stunning and no longer feels terribly outdated as the HD edition felt. Sure, it still feels like a 20-year-old game because of its isometric 3D or its pathfinding, but it looks and sounds so much better and allows for long, pleasant game sessions without having to wonder why even bothering playing a 20-year-old game. Furthermore, replayability and lifespan is amazing. There are over 200 hours of single-player campaign, and this is not that you will not find in any modern game, and that, in my opinion, is already a reason good enough to grab a copy of the game. Overall, I would give this definitive edition of Age of Empires 2 a fantastic mark of 9.5 out of 10. And so, that is all for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe because I will be doing walkthroughs of the last campaigns, and I'll be covering Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition and, of course, Age of Empires 4. And now I'll let you enjoy the raw footage of one of my latest multiplayer games in this Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Enjoy.
Begin by Nyan. Bezazen Sisijin. Gin by Nyan. Gin by Nyan. Owl. The Gibbs of Sally. Gin by Nyan.
Güzel bir şeyim fetsin o evde. Ma tinko farine. Zugitjunen. Gündenganing. Ow. Gündenganing.
Selamne. Gin by Nyan. Bezazen Sisijin. Gin by Nyan. Gin by Nyan.
Zugitjunen. Gündenganing. Selamneş. Gündenganing. Güzel bir şeyim sizi. Gündenganing.
Zigidju. Gin by Nyani.
Zugitjunen. Gündenganing.
Owl. Gin by Nyani. Zigidjune. Ginbanyani. Ao. Ginbanyani.
Selamneş, gündenganing.
Salamne.
Tüzadışinsicin. Gündenganing. Au, karaditçişallum. Au. Gündenganing.
Bezazın sisicin. Ginbanyani.
Tüzadışinsicin. Gündenganing. Au. Gündenganing.
Zigidjune. Ginbanyani.
Zugitjune. Gündenganing. Selamneş. Gündenganing. Tüzadışinsicin. Gündenganing.
Ao. Ginbanyani.
Zugitjune. Selamneş. Tüzallum. Gündenganing. Au. Gündenganing. Gündenganing.
Bezazın sisicin. Ao. Salam maating ko farine. Peredi chihal. Ginbanyani.
Tüzadışinsicin. Gündenganing.
Ginbanyani. Zigidjune. Maating ko farine.
Au.
Ao. Ginbanyani. Ginbanyani.
Zugitjune. Maating ko farine. Selamneş. Au. Gündenganing. Zugitjune. Gündenganing.
Salamne. Ginbanyani.
Güzel Shinsuji. Gündengani. Selam Neş. Au. Gündengani.
Au. Salam Enchech Valajni.
Zugidjuning. Enjet Falajning. Selam Neş. Eshi. Au. Taradit Chishallu. Güzel Shinsuji. Gündengani.
Bezazın sesizin. Ginbanyani.
Au. Gündengani. Gündengani. Güzel Shinsuji. Selam Neş. Effet Samawello. Gündengani. 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 Gündengani.
Gidjune. Ginbanyani.
Zugidjuning. Gündengani. Selam Neş. Maating pagkainin. Au, maating pagkainin.
As the dog is got a guns up in the way.
Güzel Shinsuji. Maating pagkainin.
Gidjune.
Au. Selam Neş. Gündengani.
Bezazın sesizin. Ginbanyani.
Zugidjuning. Gündengani.
Au. Ginbanyani.
Güzel Shinsuji. Gündengani.
Salam ne. Ginbanyani.
Au. Gündengani.
Gidjune. Ginbanyani. Bezazın sesizin. Begin by Nyan. Tao. Maating ko pa rin. Salamat. Maating ko pa rin.
Selamneş. Czy Shinsuji. Zugit Junei. Au. Gündenganing. Selamneş. Gündenganing.
Au. Begin by Nyan.
Zugit Junei.
Bezazın sisi fatseme wan. Eş. Gidüne. Maating ko pa rin. Bezazın sisi için.
Czy Shinsuji. Maadinko farine.
Gidüne. Begin by Nyan.
Au. Au. Eshi. Gündenganing. 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 Zugit Junei. Au. Gündenganing. Gündenganing. Czy Shinsuji. Au. Czy Shinsuji. Gündenganing.
Selamne. Begin by Nyan.
Selamneş. Taradit Çişallu. Gündenganing. 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 Zugit Junei. Gündenganing.
Au. Ginbaignani. Besazen Sisite. Ginbaignani.
Au, Günbengani.
Selamne.
Güzel dişin sıcın. Günbengani. Zugit Günbengani. Selamneş.
Zigidune. Ginbaignani. Au. Besazen Sisite. Ginbaignani. Zigidune.
Güzel dişin sıcın. Ma adinko farinen. Selamneş. Günbengani, 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 Günbengani.
Salamne. Verelicità. Ginbainiani. 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 Ginbainiani.
Fagaro lama fet sons of good journey, mahege.
Au. Gitjuning. Effettsmawello. Gundenganing. Gundenganing. Gundenganing.
Samuel.
Ginbainiani. Ginbainiani. Ginbainiani.
Au.
Salamne. Ginbainiani.
Gitjuning. Esci. Gundenganing.
Dette tenker jeg på.
Salamnesh.
Au. Enchech velagi.
Kizazi Shinsuji. Gundenganing.
Ginbainiani. Ginbainiani.
Salamnesh. Gundenganing.
Ginbainiani. Au. Ginbainiani.
Kizazi Shinsuji. Gundenganing. Zugitjuning.
tänker komelo.
Au. En jetverlautning. Gunbenganing. Zugijune. Au. En jetverlautning.
Zigijune. Salamne. Ginbanyan. 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 Au. Ginbanyan. Salamne. Enchech Valajni. Bezazin Sisijin. Ginbanyan.
Suzaze Shinsijin. Gunbenganing. Gunbenganing.
Au. Abetaleke. Abetaleke.
Salamnesh. Gunbenganing. Gunbenganing. Gunbenganing.
Tekua Merlin. Tekua Merlin. Abetaleke. Telazazin Yet. Better take komelo. Eshi.
Salamne. Enchech Valajni.
Better tänker komelo. Eshi. Abetaleke. Reltio abetaleke. Reltio Uga. Eshi. Buena vida. Better tänker komelo.
Zugijune. Gunbenganing. Gunbenganing.
Abetaleke. Eshi.
Au. Bezazin Sisijin. Enchech Valajni. Enchech Valajni.
Suzaze Shinsijin. Au. Gunbenganing. Gunbenganing. Abetaleke. Better tänker komelo. Paradit Sallo. Gündenganing. Gündenganing.
Banyan.
Essi. Tätä tekee komelo.
Selamlar. Pezzo Mauello. Gündenganing.
Essi.
Au. Banyan.
Tätä tekee komelo. Abetaleke.
Güzel Schinsijin. Enjet Verlassning.
Abetaleke. Tätä Essi.
June.
Salamnel. Maatin ko farinen.
Au. Selamlar. Enjet Verlassning.
Ehel subsabi.
Mügib sabsabeni.
Au. Ehel subsabi. Ehel subsabi.
Mügib sabsabeni. Selam. Mügib sabsabeni. Au. Mügib sabsabeni.
Mügib subsabi. Ehel subsabi.
Zugit Junain. Tuzar dışin mügib sabsabeni.
Teazazın yetebeku. Abetaleke. Betetenke komelo.
Au. Selam. Again. Zugit Junain. Ma dinko faline. Tuzar dışin sicin. Au. Enjet falajning. Selam neş.
Au. Enchech velajnin.
Zugit Junain. Günbenganing.
Zigidjune. Selamnech. E fatse mewallo.
Teazazın yetebeku. Eşi. Abetaleke. Eşi.
Selam neş.
Zigidjune. Au. Eş. Ginbanyan. Bezazın sisicin. Selamne. Bezazın sisicin. Ginbanyan. Zigidjune. Ginbanyan.
Tuzar dışin sicin. Günbenganing. Au. Mügib sabsabeni.
Selamne. Ehel subsabi.
Selam neş.
Au. Enchech velajnin.
Tuzazashin and Jet Falagning.
Te azazatin yetenke komelo. Abetaleke.
Zigidjune. Ginbanyani. Salamne. Au. Enchech Valajni.
Ow. Zugitjune and Jet Falagning. Tuzazashin Sijin. Mugibsav Sabunin. Zugitjune. Mugibsav Sabun. Mugibsav Sabunin.
Bezazin Sisijin. Ginbanyani. Zigidjune. Ginbanyani.
Au. Eshi.
Bezazin Sisijin. Ginbanyani. 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 Au. Ginbanyani. 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 Salamne. Ginbanyani. Zigidjune. Ginbanyani.
Te azazatin yetebekun. Abetaleke. Eshi. Te azazatin Eshi.
Au. Salamne. Au. Nefaxenowan. Bezazin Sisijin. Au. Enchech Valajni. Zigidjune. Enchech Valajni. Bezazin Sisijin. Ginbanyani. Salamne. Ginbanyani.
Tenke komelo. Abetaleke. Eshi. Au. Reltiawalo. Te azazatin yetebekun. Tenke komelo. Te azazatin Uga. And Nuwa Galin. Uga. Weda fita nismet. En nu galen. Weda fita nismet. Uga. En nu galen. Weda fita nismet. Uga. En nu galen. Weda fita nismet. En nu galen. Abetaleke. Weda fita nismet. Au. Uga nu galen.
Bezazen sisi selamnech. En chech velajni. Zigidjune. Au. Bezazen sisi jin.
Esce comelo. Weda fita nismet. Uga en nu galen.
Yes.
Au. Trelci awalo. Te tenke comelo. Te azazatin yet bekuno. Abetaleke. Esci. Abetaleke. Te azazatin yet awalo. Esci. Abetaleke awalo. Te tenke comelo. Abetaleke awalo. When you are galen. Te tenke comelo. Uga. Weda fita nismet. Te tenke comelo. Abetale. En nu galen. Te azazatin yet Esci. Uga. Te tenke comelo. Weda fita nismet. Uga. Te azazatin yet weda fita nismet. Ame Pomelo.
Yes.
Tezaze Nuwa Galekuno.